Hi, Mark Bunn here. One of the most common questions I get today is how can companies improve the mental health of their employees? Well, thanks to research by SAP, the global software giant, we now know that 60% of employees don't talk about their mental health issues in the workplace. Main reason is because the culture or the environment is not there to support them, or they don't feel so. So number one tip is the leadership, senior executives, senior managers being open and starting the conversation. And most importantly, where it's appropriate, being vulnerable themselves about their own mental health issues. This reduces the stigma and allows people to open up themselves and get the support they need. Richmond Football Club, a great example of this. The last few years, the leadership embracing vulnerability as a strength, and then the whole environment, the whole club coming on board with that to achieve fantastic success. I often get asked what my number one tip for mental health is. In my talk Mindspace, I talk about both meditation, but also the critical importance of early morning sunlight exposure. Both ancient science as well as the latest modern science tells us that experiencing early morning natural light, or particularly sunlight, is absolutely critical for three things: regulating our sleep-wake cycle, all important sleep at night, regulating all our internal hormones, endocrine functions, but thirdly and most importantly, early morning light or natural light, particularly sunlight, stimulates the neurochemistry for happiness, joy, and positivity, which we cannot fully manufacture without that natural light. So how can you and your team get outside in the early mornings, do some exercise, start some work, making some phone calls, but get some exposure to natural light? We know in mental health the importance of connection, but what we don't often know is how people can create those connections. So I've come up with a 4-step process in my talk Mindspace that anyone can improve the quality of their all-important relationships. Number one is nourish. Nourish the good relationships that you already have. How can you today tell someone you love them or appreciate them to really nourish that existing relationship? Number two is to heal any broken relationships or toxic relationships. How can you put pride aside and forgive someone to reconnect and re-establish a good relationship? Number three is to eliminate or cut any really toxic relationships. Who in your environment or circle is an energy vampire, a psychic vampire who sucks the energy and the life out of you? How can you distance yourself or cut that relationship to allow new ones to come in, which is number four? How can you create a new relationship in your life from today? Get online, jump in a new network, or do something from your side to create a new friendship or relationship. They're the big four. Hope they're helpful. Speak to you soon.